Not a lot going on here other than quite a bit of awesome. Look at this, isn't this amazing? Just blown away by this stuff all the time. Hello and welcome. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jamie. Today, we are going to the ocean. And the ocean is a whole different animal. Speaking of animals, well, mammals, we saw a family of whales today. It's quite common to see orcas or whales from an airplane along the coast. You'll see them in this video around the 2-minute and 20-second mark. When ocean flying a seaplane, I have to worry about swells and the tide, among other things. Ocean swells can cause the pilot to lose control during landing, and rising or subsiding water levels can expose rocks and other objects under the surface, as well as leave you high and dry on the beach pretty quickly, as I almost found out a few days earlier. What I love the most about this type of job is the missions I'm given. It's not your typical flight into an airport where there are a general set of procedures you need to follow to land there. This environment is completely uncontrolled and unmaintained. I need to look for rocks, logs, swells, and anything that is going to ruin my day. And that, to me, is fun. Here are the whales. We said a quick hello, and then we were on our way. I think this one looks better. This goes straight in there. Yeah. It's narrow, but remember that we're going to be losing water too. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go in there. What's the worst that could happen? So I think what I'm going to do, I think I can land west. I just don't see really any wind. I'll probably land this way. I think the winds might be coming from where we're going right now. We're going east. The winds are kind of coming from the west. Oh yeah, they're there. All right. See if we can't put it down right on that side of that. Part of the mission when I'm out doing some of this flying is to find suitable places to land to refuel. Depending on the mission, I will carry extra fuel in the floats that needs to be transferred to the wings if I want to make it home. Each destination is usually different. I choose a suitable place to land while en route. And then I need to figure out what is the best way to get in there. Today I chose an island just off the coast, which I thought was the most suitable. When choosing a suitable location, I look for areas that offer protection from the wind or where there's an onshore wind. I'm usually on the lookout for a nice beach as well. I certainly found one today.
Okay, well that worked out fairly well. And the wind should be, as you can see, the winds are kind of coming from the direction we head now. That should be coming. The southwest, I think they're kind of coming from here.
Door's coming open.
Okay, headset's going off.
I didn't see any.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, so it looked pretty good to me.
Someone lost their phone.
What? It's not me.
Oh, thank you.
Nice thing on the water. Although you can take it in the water for 5 seconds. I guarantee you that, because I did that 2 days ago.
The other day.
Holy moly!
What could you do?
Something in the water bobbing right there. I don't know what that is, but
Might be a seal. No, it's a
piece of wood.
yeah, something.
You just watch yourself here. Oh yeah, that's a good spot for sure.
This is a beautiful little spot. Is it a piece of wood?
Yeah, kelp or something.
It's a kelp, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, look at this. And it's still deep enough.
Oh yeah.
It's looking good. It'll be perfect. A different little piece of sand to land
that,
on.
eh?
Oh man. Protected from winds and all kinds of things here. Perfect.
Nice job, Jamie.
Good job, Jamie.
Okay, let me just prepare the what would it be? The unloading dock for you guys. So I'm doing this again. Look at these places, man. This is nuts. This is like, are you getting this? You seeing this? Doesn't even seem real. What a spot. Beautiful cove. Oh, it floats bubbling. Hope that doesn't mean it's taking on a whole bunch of water. I hope I'm just stirring up the bottom. And turn around here. Tide should be, basically it's pretty much high tide I think right now is what I think it should be. So I learned a lesson the other day. Don't take your eyes off the airplane. So we'll just have to maybe put something on the beach here and check and just watch it and make sure we don't be left high and dry. Anyway, let's go have a look around. And there's some sort of, they're gloves or no. It's a wetsuit. Whoops, there we go. Should be pointed there. And this is like, this is some sort of a battery. Okay, well, that's not cool, is it? Back behind me is Prince Rupert's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 nautical miles behind me to the east. And lots of boats out here. We saw some whales earlier. Just having a lunch break. And yeah, probably never be back to this place again. So taking lots of video and photos and be able to take that back with me. Shoes are full of sand. Seaplane pilot problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Get ready to put those water rudders down. Don't turn on me. Don't go into the rocks. Please don't go into the rocks. Please don't go into the rocks.
First thing I did was go to the rocks.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we got the seatbelts on.
How are we
Yep,
looking
the
back
door
there?
is locked and closed and all done.
Okay.
On the way back, we flew over Prince Rupert. Prince Rupert is in a Class Echo control zone and has a mandatory frequency. In Canada, if you are VFR, that means you don't have to talk to a controller or a flight service specialist, and you don't need a clearance to enter the zone. You must, however, broadcast your intentions at defined intervals and only enter if the weather meets the minima for control zones, not to be confused with controlled airspace. Class E control zones were difficult for me to understand when I was learning to fly. I had so many questions. They aren't as black and white as Class Charlie or Class Delta control zones, which, in my experience, have always been towered and remained consistent in the required procedures. Class Echo control zones can be towered or untowered, and can have an on-site or remote flight service specialist who gives advisories to pilots. If one exists, all communications go through them during operating hours. After hours, the Class Echo control zone likely turns to a mandatory frequency. In some cases, such as in Prince Rupert, The Class Echo control zone does not have a flight service specialist providing airport advisories, and pilots are expected to communicate with each other 24 hours a day. This is all found in the CFS, the Canadian Flight Supplement. Class Echo control zones with an associated FSS, Flight Service Station, will likely say radio in the communications section. Not to be confused with the abbreviated Airport Radio, which is similar to CARS, Community Aerodrome Radio Station. Otherwise, you will probably see MF, mandatory frequency. You can have an MF with an on-site FSS, not in a control zone. For example, Coudjouac, Quebec, where I once spent a long, cold, dark January. Control zones add slightly stricter weather minima, among other procedures. And then there's ATFs and Unicoms, air traffic frequencies and universal communications. You can fly into an aerodrome with an ATF without a radio, called NORDO, no radio. Most pilots have radios these days, unless, of course, you lose your electrical system. You cannot fly into an MF without a radio, unless you have prior permission. If you're thirsty for more information, check out the RAC section of the Aeronautical Information Manual, or AIM for short. This can be downloaded for free on Transport Canada's website. I'll leave a link in the description. As I said, it took me a while to get a good grasp on Class Echo control zones and MFs when I was learning to fly. The only way I figured it out was through experience. There are definitely a few different communication combinations you'll encounter out there. Hopefully I was able to pass on some knowledge I've acquired over the years. My comments are not exhaustive. I'm sure I've missed something, and I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning into my channel. For testicular cancer, ulcerative colitis, or irritable bowel awareness, be sure to check out my website. The link is in the description. Still lots more content to come. Thanks to everyone who liked or commented on this video. See you soon.